morning, dear children. Today we are going to study from EVS Part 2, Lesson number 10, Historic Period. I want you to open your textbooks, page number 45. Children, we have already studied in the previous lessons that written records are available in the form of inscriptions, manuscripts, books, etc. for the historic period, or we can say to gain information about the different ages what we have studied, Stone Age, New Stone Age and so on. We have used these written sources to know about the historic period. In all ancient civilizations, the art of writing was developed. With the rise of ancient civilizations, the New Stone Age came to an end and the historic period began. Our first topic is what is culture and how it came into existence. Humans and all other animals are dependent on their environment and nature for satisfying their needs. What are their needs? Food, shelter. So for their needs, the humans and animals are dependent on the environment. For example, bears live in caves and monkeys live on trees. But humans build houses. It means that we humans change the natural character of our surroundings to some extent. Humans do not eat their food in its natural form as other animals do. But what they do? They roast or cook the food. They work on stone, metal, etc. to make tools and various objects. In the previous lesson also we have learned that humans learned to make pots, bricks and many other things from clay. They need skills to do this. They need to think and plan before they shape an object. The tradition of thought, skills and efforts gave rise to various arts. Every generation handed over the knowledge of the artistic skills and traditions to the next generation. The knowledge of various arts, skills and traditions inherited from generation to generation and the way of life founded on that knowledge is what we call culture. Children, there are many skills which are passed to generation. Example, making pottery or making handmade blankets, various kinds of saris. These are the skills which the new generation has received from their ancestors. There are many more skills like this which we have learned from the ancestors. Now let us know about the ancient civilizations in river valleys. Cultures which flourished in the New Stone Age were based on an agricultural way of life. Fertile soil and constant water supply are essential for growing good crops. Naturally, people in the New Stone Age established their village settlements on the banks of various rivers. So, the New Stone Age cultures flourished along the river banks. Increase in production due to various skills, the use of the wheel, flourishing trade, use of well-developed scripts, etc. were the major factors responsible for the rise of the early civilizations. These civilizations came into existence in roughly the same period, that is around 3000 BC in 4 regions of the world. They are, as you can see in the map, Mesopotamia, Egypt, the Indian subcontinent and China. The civilizations in these 4 regions developed in river valleys. Hence, They are known as riverine civilizations. If you look closely in the index, the blue color line shows the rivers and the yellow color shows the ancient urban civilization. So wherever you see the blue lines, these are the rivers. For example, in India, we have Ganga, which is here, Brahmaputra, Sindhu, and near this river, we have Harappan civilization. In Egypt, we have the river Nile. In China, we have two main rivers, Honghe and Yangtze. So the civilizations developed near the rivers. Why near the rivers? Because water supply is the main purpose. For our livelihood, we require water. Without water, we cannot stay. We can use the water for agriculture, for growing plants. It satisfies the need of food, shelter. Now let us see the maps of Mesopotamia. This is the ancient Mesopotamia, Egypt, India, China. In these four places, the ancient riverine civilizations started flourishing. Let us talk about these one by one. Ancient riverine civilizations. First is Mesopotamia. It is the name of a region and not of any particular country. It means the land between two rivers. Ancient Mesopotamia was the land between the two rivers Tigris and Euphrates. Here we can see the rivers Tigris and Euphrates. And between these two rivers, Mesopotamia is situated. These two rivers mainly flow through Turkey, Syria, and Iraq. Ancient Mesopotamia had great cities like Uruk, Nippur, etc. These cities were home to very prosperous cultures. Next is Egypt. The river Nile flows through the eastern part of the Sahara Desert. Here we can see the river Nile in the north of Africa. One of the ancient civilizations flourished along its banks. It is known as the Egyptian civilization. The Nile gets flooded every year. The land along her banks has become very fertile because of the flood deposits. Also, ancient Egyptians used to build small embankments on the river to store the flood water. After the soil in the flood water settled to the bottom, the water was used for irrigation. Next is China. The ancient civilization of China developed and flourished in the valley of Honghe River. Here we can see the Honghe River. According to the Chinese tradition, a king named Hongdi introduced agriculture, animal husbandry, wheeled carts and chariots, boats and clothing in China. Chinese people believe that his queen invented the technique of silk production and silk dyeing. Luoyang, Beijing and Chang and were among the important cities of ancient China. Now let us know about Harappa. The earliest civilization on the Indian subcontinent is the Harappan civilization. This is the earliest civilization, the first civilization. It flourished in the Indus Valley. Indus is the English word for the name Sindhu. Sindhu is the name of the river. Here we can see the Indus River. Harappa in Punjab and Mohenjo-daro in Sindh are the two sites of Harappan civilization to be discovered first. Now they are in Pakistan. Lothal and Dhola Bira in Gujarat and Kalibangan in Rajasthan are among the famous sites of Harappan civilization in India. Cities of Harappan civilization are well known for their systematic town planning. The houses were built in blocks created by parallel roads that crossed each other at right angles. Huge granaries and spacious houses were the special features of these cities. There were bathrooms and latrines in every house and a covered drainage system which indicates a concern for public hygiene. There were carefully constructed private and public wells. The cities were divided into 4 parts, each with a separate fortification. The characteristic earthen pots of the Harappans are well baked, red in color and with beautiful designs like people leaves and fish scales. When tapped, these pots produce a metallic sound. The Harappan craftsmen were highly skilled in making bronze objects and beads from semi-precious stones of various colors. These things were in great demand in Mesopotamia. The names of Harappan gods and goddesses are not yet known. However, we know with the help of the Harappan seals and clay figurines that they worshipped Pashupati, Lord of all living animals, and a mother goddess. Now let us know about sports and entertainment. There were a variety of sports and means of entertainment in the ancient civilizations. Hunting and wrestling were the important ones. Games played with the help of game boards and gamesmen were also popular. In ancient Egypt, people played a game that was similar to chess. This game was played with a game board and gamesmen. It was known as Senet. The ancient China also there were many games. Similar games were popular in Mesopotamia and Harappan civilizations too. Many toys were found in the excavations of Harappan sites. They include whirls, whistles, rattles, bullock carts, animals and birds on wheels, etc. Music and dance were also very important in early civilizations. They were an essential part of celebrating a festival. Ancient people used many types of musical instruments. In Mesopotamia, a stringed instrument known as balag was very popular. Besides, instruments like cymbals, rattles, flutes, drums, etc. were also played. The Egyptian kings were known as pharaohs. On the occasion of certain festivals, the pharaoh himself used to participate in the celebrations and dance. The bronze image of a dancer found in the excavation at Mohenjo-daro is evidence that dance was important in the Harappan civilization as well. Children, as we enjoy the festivals or celebrate the festivals by playing music and dance in ancient civilization also, we can say that we have learned from the ancient civilizations. The customs and traditions has passed from generation to generation, the way of celebrating festivals. Now we are living in the advanced world. So we have the latest technologies to play music, to entertain ourselves. In the same way, in the ancient civilizations, they had their own way of celebrations and entertainment. I hope children you liked the lesson and you have understood the historic period and how the new civilizations started. Now children, in your EVS 2 classwork notebook, you can open a new page, write the lesson's name on it and write the notes given to you. Answer in one sentence, answer in brief, write the answer point-wise how it is given. Write give reasons also. It is not there in your textbook, but you have to write in the classwork. Complete the following chart. It is given in your textbook. You have to draw a nice figure and complete the chart. Thank you children. Have a nice day.